removed my failsafe.
You weren't here?
Okay, well, you don't show up.
You weren't here?
I am here.
Nah, last week
you
you
weren't.
were. And I had to move in your spot.
Everything's fucked up. Alright, there we go.
And you just now noticed?
Well, yeah, if I had a half hour to sit and look at my phone. Do.
Why does it still say off air?
I was saying, I just need to figure out how to go on air.
Totally lost my place in the sound effects library.
Doesn't make sense why it wouldn't just start now. Maybe exit out of it, go back in. Or that.
Okay, we're gonna do a Control-Alt-Delete.
Yeah. Now once you log in again?
Try double tapping the funk bar.
Hard restart. Okay, zooming. Enhance.
Blonde eyelashes. Accepted.
It wants him to log in again.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Biometric scanner requested. Boop. Fingerprint accepted. Please do not steady your hand. Please do not steady your hand. Shaky thumbprint. Accepted.
Come on, we're recording this, at least for audio. Get your shit on, let's go.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Please put your eye in the retinal biometric scanner.
We're live on Podbean.
Are we?
We are.
You could share that on.
What,
Eyelashes
Cory,
accepted.
what's Podbean?
Well, it's this website where you can listen to the Schnozzcast, not only the final audio version, but also the new live version.
Fancy pants.
Stop dropping all those technical terms, Danielle. We don't understand what you're saying.
We're
only partially educated.
Do we have to stay awake on Podbean? Or can we also fall asleep?
Oh, it's preferred.
Preferred, but not mandatory.
Shut up.
Mandatory.
I feel like my mic got really far away from me somehow.
Because I sat there last time. We had to move it.
And you were yelling?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, oh yeah.
that's just
It
my
was
normal
necessary.
voice.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry.
Alright, there we go.
We in
Don't
business?
miss again.
We are definitely in business.
Yeah?
And I'm going to share the link on Facebook so people can tune in.
Oh, good, because we said we go live on Facebook
Yeah,
every week.
no
so
one-
that's good that we're
No
doing
one on
that.
Facebook. Well, if they're on Facebook, they know we never start on time. So this is not to be.
So we did
This
all
is to be expected.
We did all this, and the camera's not even. Oh, the camera's right there. Okay.
Yeah,
Are we
he's
live?
recording the whole time.
No, it's not live.
No, but going on YouTube.
No, I'm here right now.
Going on YouTube.
Doing this.
Eventually.
Oh, okay. Why did I do that?
Eventually. All right, welcome to Schnozzcast, episode 39 for Saturday, September 28th, 2019. Looking around the table, we're going to start off with the biggest Red Wings fan in the world. The one who really wants to wear that Red Wings jacket every time she comes because she's so cold. Ms. Danielle Finn.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Governor.
Hello, Governor. Oh, just came in from our shift down at LCA.
Shut up. You guys gonna pick on me all night?
Oh, that's an idea. I hadn't thought of that. You could do that.
I mean, Nick's been doing it for the last half hour, so.
These guys don't give me much material, so.
Man in the controls of
Yes.
the flight deck, Mr. Cory Slesky.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Good and you?
Oh, not so bad.
Excellent.
There we go.
Yep.
Ooh.
A man that needs no
Yeah, I was
introduction.
just thinking that.
Nicholas Vader.
The man who introduces himself.
Well, everyone's just staring at me, so I might as well.
It's because you just blew a thing of smoke into your microphone.
You wanted all eyes on you. Right then.
I don't know if you should be doing such illegal things on camera.
Yeah, no, very legal. I'm not trying to peddle my wares anywhere.
And this will make Nick happy. This is Bob.
And this is Bob. And then there's Bob.
Anybody out there on Podbean, please feel free to make us a theme song that incorporates my name over and over again.
Into the and then there's Mod theme.
Exactly. So.
Oh, we're gonna have to do that. I might have to spend some time making that.
How have you not done that already?
I don't know. But we're gonna have to figure it out.
Kind of ridiculous.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Oh, I'm glad we have another venue for Cory to talk to the fans while we're on the show. I was hoping though. Oh, hello, BG's 7602. We're out of Detroit, Michigan. Where are you from?
Hey, getting new listeners is getting new listeners.
Well, luckily we hear the chunk 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 on the table. Kermit the Frog.
I just love Bob's reenacting of it, really.
Yeah,
it looks just like the video.
If you guys haven't seen the gif of Kermit the Frog on the typewriter, hands flailing about, that's what we always assume is the image anytime we see Cory on his laptop.
We should put a Facebook poll out there. Is it GIF or GIF?
I always thought it was GIF, and then I was told by many people that it was GIF.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Go Jeff.
Well, if
That'd
you're
be
looking to make a sandwich.
That's exactly.
I was like, isn't that peanut butter?
That's a J.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it is. I agree.
Just clarifying.
Well, how about when guys named Jeff are spelled Geoff?
Yeah. I know a Jeff named
Geoffrey?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Jeff.
They deserve to be shot.
I maintain that's only because of the giraffe at Toys R Us.
Yeah.
When we were growing up.
Oh.
Way to bring us all down, Bob.
No.
It's
Too
coming.
soon.
It's coming back.
Toys R Us?
Uh-huh.
No, it's not.
It's not. It was supposed to.
I have no idea.
Oh, it was supposed to.
I sounded pretty believable, though, didn't I?
I know. I
no,
was like,
it's
oh,
not coming back.
All right.
I've spoken to the CEO, and
And everything.
Toys at Toys R Us that I can play with, from mics and mixing boards and computers too. Mic stands are all there is. I don't wanna grow up, 'cause baby, if I did,
I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid.
I was gonna say Schnozzcast kid. Thanks, Bob. Thanks for shitting all over my day.
He stopped, gave me a little leeway.
I wanna play too. I wanna play.
Shot my legs off.
Oh, I love when Nick sings on the podcast.
Oh, maybe I can join in. No, I can't join.
Wow.
Hey, Cory.
Yes,
I know it's
sir.
early, but how many hundreds and hundreds of Podbean followers do we have joining our live cast?
Confused people wondering why they're in this room.
I would say we did have someone enter the room and it doesn't look like she's there anymore.
What the fuck is this? See ya.
All right, well, baby steps, fellas.
It'll take a little time, but it'll get there.
Right? Well, the good news is, as far as Podbean is concerned, we were on
Podbean?
top.
That is
Podbean.
we are on Podbean. The site to help your kids learn to go to the bathroom is not where you need to go to listen to our content. Oh, you guys tried Potty Bean yet?
Did he mean Pottery Barn? All right, so I stopped by Cloud House today and said hello to our good friend Issa, who, by the way, I offered him, like, the next time we do a podcast, we want to have you on as a guest and talk about everything that you've learned, all the research that you've done, how the business is going, his stance as a business owner. So I want to show you what I got.
Okay.
He was actually very, like, he gave me all this shit for $55.
Wow.
So this is apple fritter. You may have seen that before.
I have not.
And then he gave me some Sad Boy strawberry jam cookie.
Ooh, Sad Boy's good company.
Yep, that's one of the ones that you had.
Yep.
And then he gave me this one because I'm like, I think I want to try a coffee.
Ooh.
And he's like, try this one. This is a Java granola bar. Coffee flavor.
So fancy.
Very fancy.
That's not even the fanciest shit.
Oh, did you get the
You gave these
earthy
to
stuff? What?
Yeah.
You didn't give
gave
it to
this
me.
I
His
don't.
wife kept trying to. He said, "Oh, look at these ones, and these are really good,
He's like, I think
expensive
you're gonna
ones."
like these. This is 5 Pawns from California. It's Gambit, which is apple, vanilla, caramel, spice, and crumb flavored,
Ooh.
and Castle Long, which is coconut, almond, vanilla, and bourbon flavored.
Wow.
Apparently, if you take the top off, you can smell it. And you don't even need to drop it in your fingers. Yeah. I mean, some of you
Wow.
might be smelling the cardboard, but
Yeah.
take it out.
It's a good toilet paper roll.
Ooh.
Toilet paper vape.
Yeah. Wow. That's
Yeah.
very cask smelling.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Wish we could try them.
We will. But yeah, I stopped by and because I couldn't come with you last week when you went,
Right.
and I wanted to make sure I made it over there. He seemed like he was pretty upbeat, in good spirits, and there were probably 10 people that came in just in the time I was there.
That's good.
Yeah.
Strawberry jam cookie.
All right. So in other housekeeping
That's
news, right now it's 9:12 Eastern time in the PM, and we have a call-in guest scheduled at 9:30, Dr. Phil Anton.
Did not go to 7 years of medical school to be called Mister.
That's a doctor's. But I did want to show you, because I did text him in order to line him up. And
He's a busy man.
I'd like Danielle to read this text string, if you could, because I think that
Sure.
would be the most entertaining.
Okay.
Read it in your best Phil Anton voice.
I don't.
You can read it in whatever voice you want.
My
But
normal voice.
it would be pretty cool if you did a slightly different voice for the blue, which is me, and for the gray, which is Phil.
You know you're asking a lot of me, right?
I'm not asking you to do a Russian
Yeah,
accent.
do your Russian one again.
Will we get to hear tonight from Ivana Tinker?
Yes, we hear from Ivana Tinkle tonight.
No.
All right. Do you have like a southern voice?
No.
Southern Belle? My lord, I'm going to read your text. Pass that phone over here.
No.
Do your best.
Sorry,
Why is she looking at me?
Because
Because you're the man of all the voices.
Do you know how hard it is? You know how hard it is to stay sane with all these people inside here? There's people that have died that I can still do their voice. Isn't that creepy?
That is creepy.
Anyway. Can you can you do 2 voices? They slightly different.
I can
Do your best, Cory.
try.
Tell you what, for me, just do like a low. Can you do like a low voice?
Like, no, I'm gonna laugh. I can't.
That's fine. We'll get through it.
Talk like
We only have 3 hours to go.
talk like the waitress at Red Robin.
Which one?
The dude.
The two. Her name Amanda.
The dude named. Oh,
Well, they said it was
Trans.
a woman, but she looked like a man.
She was talking to us. She's, well, hey, what can I get you guys? Ooh, it's got Amanda. We're like, go.
I get it.
She was training.
should I just have Cory read this? I really would like you to read it, but
I just don't know if I can do 2 voices.
okay. Well,
Okay.
let's. All right.
What
back
voice
up for a
can you
second.
do?
Mine.
Other
Okay.
than that.
Other than that one.
So if you were telling a story,
I tell it in my voice. I don't change my voice.
Can you go higher than what you normally talk in?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
like if you were talking to a little kid and you were like playing with toys or something, and one of the toys had to have a voice, you wouldn't be like, "Hello, come over here." You'd be like,
Well, no.
"Oh, what are you doing?" You know, you'd do
Yeah.
some kind of voice. So do
Can
that
you do
voice.
that voice?
I don't.
Come on.
Just try it.
I don't think I can do it. Too much pressure.
There's no pressure. No one is watching.
Clearly. What's your dog voice? Everybody has a dog voice.
Good people. Good
He
boy.
yells at him.
Oh, such a good boy.
Danielle.
Well,
Her
What's
dog
your
voice is-
angry voice for Cory when Cory fucked up?
I've never really yelled at him though.
This is.
So is your dog voice also your scratching Cory's back voice? Who wants their back scratched? Who wants it?
No.
No? All right.
I've been a good boy. I've been a good boy.
Nick, I'm running out of material there. I don't know where to take this.
I don't know how to do 2 voices.
Could you do it in an outrageous French accent?
Was that French?
Sure. You animal food draft whopper, you.
What?
All right, so it sounds like there are no other voices you can do besides your normal voice and your normal pitch and your normal volume. That's all you got.
Well, I can't just do it like on command.
I'm not your dancing bear.
Right? I'm not Nick.
Should I give this to Cory?
Yeah, I don't think Cory has any other voices.
He just did one.
What did he do?
The low-pitched female waitress from The Red Robin, right?
Yep.
That's true. All right, Cory can do it.
Hey.
So I'm missing out on. I need two voices for this.
Yes.
One can be your voice, the other
Okay.
one can be the other voice. We've been talking about this for a while.
I get that, but I was pretty sure Danielle was on board to do it.
I'm on board
Okay.
to read it. I just can't do two voices.
Danielle, you do your best Cory voice, and Cory, you do your best Danielle voice. And you guys can both be.
Wouldn't it just be easier if he read one and I read one?
There's no fun in that.
Oh, yeah, that's easy.
I know it's easy.
No, we're not about doing it the easy way here.
Clearly.
We're not.
We're about stepping outside of our comfort.
That's right.
Yeah, well.
That's what this podcast is built on. God damn it. We wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for us all of us taking a chance and taking a leap. Come on, Daniel.
I can't do it with my voice.
Wait, that was it?
I know, but that's just... I can't, like,
I
do
can't do
it
it with my
on
voice.
command.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Nick, you want to do the honors?
I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
All right, did it take you so long to go around the table?
Because I want to give her a shot. I believe in her. Even if she doesn't believe in herself.
Sorry.
All right, so here we go. Text string from Dr. Phil Anton.
Okay, you're in the blue?
I'm in the blue.
Okay. Hey, you busy tonight?
Is that me?
Feel like doing a podcast? Phone-in podcast?
Sounds like Jason.
Yeah.
With a cold.
It's not supposed to be Bob, it's just a different voice.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Okay. Sure, 7:30 my time. Yeah, we're supposed to kick off at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But Cory's usually late. Can I call you around 9:30 Eastern Standard Time? Or is that too late? That's fine. Thumbs up. Assholes calling. What is this? What is this?
He made a calendar entry
a calendar entry that says
on his phone.
Assholes are calling. And he's only tying himself up from 9 to 11.
only 2 hours.
Yep. Oh, sounds about right. Hashtag same page. As I said, these cock-smoking shit swizzlers aren't even here yet. Wow.
Thanks, Bob.
Should I go forward? That's a serious moniker. Screenshot.
I don't know. He just said it while we were talking.
Oh, does he know that?
Well, since we're not on Facebook.
Okay. Wow.
All right. Thank you, Nick.
Cum swizzlers and cock smokers.
That was as entertaining as I'd hoped it would.
What are we rated on Podbean? Do we have to say explicit on that
Yes,
too?
we are explicit.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yep.
He marked it on the live thing, too.
And little Timmy
Oh.
comes into the room.
Oh, see, Cory already knew. He's like, this is going to go off the rails if I
Oh,
don't say
yeah.
explicit.
Podbean shuts us down.
Right.
So moving right along,
Moving right along.
all I can see is him doing all kinds of things. I would expect that he's inside a paint program making some masterpiece right now. Because he's just left and right and back and forth and
No, I was just making the Facebook post to.
Oh my God, there's not
Mona
even
Lisa.
There's not even any keys over here. This is outside the keyboard.
There's nothing to type. There's no one in the room. I'll just start dragging my finger across the pressure pad here.
The pressure pad?
It's a technical term in the biz. What might have formerly been called a mouse pad.
So moving right along, we had a couple polls on Facebook.
Oh.
I'm not sure if you guys touched on it in my absence.
I don't think I saw any.
Wow. Oh, that's
I'm
wonderful.
sorry.
Was one of them the one that we talked about when it was just you and me? But when Cory should have played?
You and I. Oh, that's Here and Now. I don't know. Maybe. So
like, who was doing shots with us?
yeah, that was the one.
that
So
was one of
we
them.
had 75% of the people said yes, they did shots with us.
That's awesome.
25% said no way. Which segment of the Schnozzcast do you enjoy more? What's on Bob's shelf or pick of the week? We had several people chime in, and 132 people reached. And it's 50-50.
A dead tie.
I was kind of surprised about that.
Wow.
Pick of the week and what's on Bob's shelf. Kevin had made the comment, Superfan Kevin, hashtag Superfan Kevin, had made the comment, which, I'm going to have to figure out how to give him a top fan badge via Facebook.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I
already regret
think they
making
do
the story.
it.
I think you can set parameters, though.
Oh,
we'll have
okay.
to see. Kevin says, I'm also a fan of Weird News, but Cory's poop knife ruined it for everybody. Okay.
Oh, so he found a way to be complimentary and to shit on Cory all in one sentence.
Yeah, he's elevating and demeaning all within the same sentence.
He and Krabby.
So,
Birds of a feather.
I said, from the Schnozzcast, Kevin Cromwell, it may have also been your story about your real-life encounter with a leprechaun/garden gnome. That ruined it for everybody.
Yep, it might have been.
Moving right along, I had put up some Halloween decorations around September 15th, and I wanted to know if that was too early. I have them up, but I'm like, should I put them on every night? So I asked the listeners, is it too early to put up Halloween decorations? 64% said no.
Wow. Well,
30 votes.
so it's 6 weeks at a time?
Yeah.
All right.
So, of the no's, Mr. Joey Guido,
Naturally.
Miss Callie Selesky,
Has Joe ever responded in the affirmative to any question?
but he's saying no, it's not too early.
Oh, he did.
Mm-hmm. He didn't.
Must have been drunk.
He didn't shit all over it. Danielle Kern says no.
Yeah.
Keegan Selesky, big Halloween fans in the Selesky family. Kevin Cromwell says no. Of the yeses, yes, you shouldn't. One of my relatives from Australia,
They do everything backwards.
my buddy Levi, Mr. Tony Martinez, Danielle Finn.
I did. Gotta wait till it's fall.
Do you think that was in any way affected by your torment of her over the last few
Yeah,
episodes?
I think so. I think it was deep rooted in when she physically
I
had to take her
didn't know-
watch off. I think that
Yeah.
she was like,
Right.
anything I can do to just piss all over his parade. So, but Geoffrey Lebowski did not chime in, unfortunately.
I thought I did on that one.
No. You're probably just intoxicated.
My bad.
Yeah, but I thought that was interesting.
Are you making a new one now?
No. There were some things I put down.
Well, I guess to round out the housekeeping, I was telling you guys a couple nights ago, we've surpassed 1,000 downloads on Podbean. So that was pretty awesome.
That is
I
good.
never thought we'd get there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's 37 published episodes. Or sorry, 35 published episodes.
Wow, 35.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, so, but what we need from everybody is, if you've never gone out to YouTube, to the Schnozzcast channel, please go out and subscribe. Those are the ones who are really trying to, as Nick is fond of saying, we're an audio podcast first.
Correct.
But all the effort that we've been putting into that, we want to try to also give a little bit to Cory's work at the video end and get the subscribers up so that we can have
Advertisers.
So please go out and subscribe. We should have the link on the Facebook page.
It is there.
Okay. And that's it for housekeeping. So, how has everybody been doing? Now that school started, now that fall is here, football is upon us. Hockey started already with the preseason.
It did, and as a matter of fact, I already been to first game.
Yeah, you guys got some really cool tickets. Why don't you tell the listeners how you got them, what happened, how the game went?
Now, you're the one that got them.
I did get them.
Come on, Miss Woman of 1,000 Voices. Give us the...
Well, I use an app called Game Time
Okay.
for tickets, and the tickets were $4 for preseason. Wow. The fees were $5, so the fees cost me more than the next tickets did. But
Still.
yeah,
Less than $10.
Nope, not bad.
Do you think that would be your pick of the week? Game time?
Yeah, it's a good app. I like it better
Somehow
than...
she's now gotten out of that now. She's completely like tapping out of the casino. She's done.
Yeah, I like it better than like StubHub and all of that because I feel like they chart a lot more through StubHub.
Right.
Plus, I don't know if on StubHub, like when you go to buy the ticket, if it gives you like the real time like view of where your seats are.
Oh, does Game Time do that?
Yes.
Okay. How were your seats?
Awesome. They were up in like the 200s, but we were in the second row, right behind the net. So.
Okay. Where the wings were shooting twice?
Yes.
Continue on. Sorry.
There's sound effects
Side
on there.
effects.
And that. But I really like that too, because then you can even do like a 360, or not even 360. You just kind of, as you move your phone, like the screen. Oops, the screen moves.
Screen moves the mic.
Yep. Not used to being that close to my hands.
Oh boy.
Side effects of Podbean Schnozzcast include clapping, random clapping, mic scratching,
Involuntary hand gestures.
Right.
But yeah, it's a good app.
Ask your doctor
Dr. Phil Anton.
if Schnozzcast is right for you.
That's awesome. That's did they win?
They did in
Who'd they
overtime.
play? Do you remember?
Oh god, I can't remember. Penguins.
Oh, okay.
Pittsburgh.
Any rookies on the team that played in preseason for the Wings that you were impressed with?
Yeah, actually. Oh god, what was his name? He scored.
Schlabotnik?
No, he scored 2 goals and had 1 assist.
Oh, Bowery.
Yeah, he scored the winning goal.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's really good.
Cool.
Igor Kazaminov.
They have a lot of young kids.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first season with Eisen as the GM, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we're devolving into a sports podcast.
No,
I can see
we're
that.
not a sports podcast.
Right, we're not. Yeah.
Just
like
continue.
too much
Continue.
focus.
If it was anything but hockey, I would probably have a problem.
Okay. All right. Well. Okay. So give us what's going on in Podbean.
Dr. Phil Anton just joined the live stream on Podbean. Yes.
Did he?
Wow.
Philip on the spot. He
It was
is.
very quick
Yeah.
for a doctor.
Normally we'd be in the rating room for over an hour.
Yeah. Drop your pens and let me take your temperature.
All right. So how do you want to do this then? My intent was to call him for myself. Actually, did we have better luck using the house phone last time?
Yes.
did.
Well,
I was
you.
I was there.
The house phone sounded a little sketchy, though.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to try our best with the... So as long as the Wi-Fi holds up, we should be fine with this. Or were you going to loop him in through Podbean audio?
That's an interesting question, because I don't know exactly. I mean, we can give it a shot here and see.
I'm glad you asked that, Bob.
See if it does work. But I don't know if we're obviously not going to be able to hear him through the headphones. So I don't know if he just comes over the computer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's just stick with what we know.
That might be the best thing to do. All right, so
21-28.
yep, we're getting clearing some space on the table. Getting ready to bring him up. I'm going to use. I'm going to slide this over. This will be the mic for Phil. Oh, hello.
Getting, as Bob slowly puts together the Schnozzcast phone booth, we'll put in a call to Dr. Phil Anton.
Hopefully Phil can give us some feedback on how the Podbean Live sounds.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
And what kind of a way is that to start?
I mean, I figured you guys probably had already started something, and so I was just going to say and fill in the blank basically at that point.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast, Dr. Phil Anton.
Hello.
Well, hey there, Phil.
Hello, America.
No, we're a global podcast, sir. This is going out to past all the ships at sea.
Oh yeah.
So, universe is what we're saying here?
Yeah, let's say universe. We could be bouncing off the stratosphere.
We don't want to limit ourselves.
I like it. I like a nice broad audience.
What about broads? Do you like?
I'm not a audience full of broads. What I'm saying, that's fine by itself, but I'm saying a broad audience being a wide audience, as wide as possible.
Like larger females?
And no, I'm not talking about the obese.
Okay.
Just a wide-ranging audience, so to speak.
Wide.
So the universe is where we want to be.
Wide broads, basically.
Yes, if that helps you. So I'm coming, heading downstairs to take the call here, and my wife says, "So, do you know what the topic of conversation is going to be tonight?" And I said, "Well, I assume it's going to be me and my greatness."
Of course.
And she gave me a look as though that probably wasn't going to be the case, but she rarely believes in me, so that makes sense.
Well, I could not disagree with her more. Not only do we talk about your greatness while you're on the podcast, but even when you're not here.
Yeah, I assume that I'm the topic of conversation for at least 85% of the broadcasts, correct?
Yeah, that's the schnoz part of the schnoz.
Is that a conservative estimate?
That's probably, I'm gonna say it's a spot on estimate, sir.
Okay, excellent. Because I mean, I want to give at least 15% to everybody else, because otherwise, then people will. I mean, they're not going to tune out, but they're going to feel like, not everybody's getting the chance that they deserve.
That is true.
Everybody deserves their 15%. It's like their 15 minutes of fame. Like their 15% of the podcast, they deserve to have that.
Have you started drinking yet tonight?
Oh, I'm on my fourth beer, so yes.
Excellent.
Does that count? Is that acceptable?
What sort of beers are these?
These are Two-Hearted Ale bells.
Ooh. I have a question, Phil, or Doctor.
Is that a bad word?
Dr. Phil, can I ask you a question, Dr. Phil?
For sure, but just so you know, you're not stupid.
You're
just different.
Get over your life. So, can we expect? I know it's an audio podcast, and we're not going to be able to see you, but can we expect any of the exotic dancing going on tonight that we saw on your Facebook page?
Well, funny that you should say that, because I am currently donning the hat that I was wearing during said video that you are referencing.
Wow.
And now I feel like I am really, truly engaged in the process here. So if you want, a video to be uploaded at some point, I can certainly provide the content.
But this is just to get you in the mood, right? To put you in the right headspace?
Yes, exactly.
All right, that's good, because you are the second phone-in guest we're able to have. We tried to make you the first, but it didn't work out.
Right.
And you're following a hard act, Mr. Todd Dillon.
Oh, Lord. The Goblin?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. All right, well, I have just turned myself up to 11, and I believe I am ready for the challenge, as it may be.
Hey, before we get into the small talk, when you joined, how did you feel? What was your experience in joining the Podbean live stream? It's the first time we tried it.
Apparently, there's no audio.
I couldn't actually get the audio to play on my phone for some reason, but consider the fact that I have an iPhone 6S still. That may be inhibiting my progress, because I was able to download the app, but I couldn't seem to get the audio to come up. But that may be my technological insufficiency.
We appreciate that, Phil, because we were hoping there'd be some sort of problem with some technology tonight, because there's now a look of panic on Cory's face that we've missed. That's usually on most podcasts.
So what you're saying is that, like, with this podcast, if there's not like some sort of technological problem, it's like a wedding where nothing goes wrong. It's not actually happening. It's not actually a wedding. Not actually official unless something dreadful happens during the course of that day. And by dreadful, I could mean, like, you know, like the groom splits his pants or something like that. I mean, it's not like it's life altering, but is something that's going to go wrong that they're going to be able to talk about the rest of their lives. So for you guys, when you guys talk in between these podcasts, I'm assuming that most of the conversation is about what sort of technological marvel did not operate properly.
Correct.
I'll even do you one better, Phil. We make it so hard on ourselves that we're just like, nope. If we're starting at 8:30, we're going to get here at 8:31. And then
yes.
we know it's going to take us 25 minutes to get shit set up, but that just makes us work harder.
Right. Exactly.
Cory actually recently just got a new tattoo, a tribal tattoo, and he said the rough interpretation of it is just Bob's Wi-Fi password, because he's needed it. He's needed it so many times.
Nice. Yeah, at some point, I'm going to need a visual on that tattoo.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you post a video of you dancing again, we'll make sure that Cory posts a video of his tattoo.
Fair enough. Is it in a place that is hard to picture without violating some sort of FCC laws?
Oh, it's a lower back tattoo for sure.
I see. Well, that's dangerous enough.
A stamp of some sort, if you will.
Ooh, yikes! All right then.
Well, Phil, we're gonna take a quick break here to do a shot.
Okay.
So if you'd like to join us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like Cory needs it.
Yeah.
He's currently scratching his head in despair.
No, this sucks, Phil.
So what is your
what's
what?
on the shot menu tonight there?
It's the old standby Fireball tonight.
Oh, Fireball. Yes. Wasn't that the name of the reindeer in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer who totally like disses on Rudolph because he can fly and Rudolph has the janky nose and all that? Wasn't it Fireball that he's like hitting on Clarice and whatnot? Is that am I way off on that?
Bob
have too much knowledge about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Bob doesn't know what you're saying because he was trying to mime things to Danielle over the table. So I say that you direct your question straight to Bob.
Yeah. No, you're not off base. I think you're spot on there, sir.
Okay. Right.
Bob, I don't have anything to chase it with.
Oh, okay. I don't.
I'm good.
Are you good?
I'm
okay.
good.
All right, Phil. We're raising a toast.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, what is that? Where's that coming from?
I don't know.
You.
It's Cory.
Who, Cory?
Mm-hmm.
He apparently needed a fifth item of technology on the table. Woo!
Indy here.
I thought Nick was gonna throw up.
Don't do things like that.
Sorry.
Cory just pulled a large polar bear hair out of his mouth from the dog on his shot glass. Yeah.
It's a polar bear hair.
Yep. There's a large sled dog on top of my feet right now.
Phil, what was your shot of choice?
Oh, wild turkey.
No kidding.
Wild turkey surprise.
I kind of thought with all the old teak runout pictures that we've been posting on Facebook that you might have gone with something a little more upscale like PM whiskey.
Right. Yes. If I had time in between the time you contacted me and now to run down to the liquor store, that's exactly what I would have done. But
picked up a handle of Old Granddad.
exactly, yeah, perhaps some Boone's Farm wine.
Good old Kessler's.
Kessler's is a fine drink.
So what's your father think about you consorting with such malcontents as we on a podcast?
Oh, he agrees. I mean, he ever since I got into high school and I was still hanging out at home on a Friday night. He and my mother have actively been encouraging me to go out into the world and find myself, so to speak. So yeah, he'd be very pleased that I was sitting on my couch in the basement talking to you folks this evening.
I don't know if you heard it because you couldn't get the audio through Podbean, but I did want to have your text to me read aloud before we called you.
Okay, fair enough.
So it was a bit of a kerfuffle trying to get it to work. What with Danielle's complete lack of accents and Cory's Kermit the Frog hands working the keyboard, but Nick was able to come in and save the day and read it aloud. So I just want to say kudos to you, sir, on reserving 2 hours for assholes calling me.
Yes.
Yeah, we appreciated that.
If I'm not mistaken, I reserved from 8:30 p.m. my time through midnight p.m. or a.m. my time, so that's a good deal more than 2 hours worth.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Could have been a time zone screenshot snafu, but
It's possible.
all right. So, Phil, if you could just give us just sort of a bird's eye view of what's going on with your pooches. I know that you got you had a rescue that you took in, right, and found a new home for.
Yeah, that was about a month ago or so. We had this little black lab/hound named Ebony, who we were fostering, and she had just been brought up here from Mississippi, and her back 2 legs were in cast because she had been hit by a car and left on the side of the road. And this driver from our shelter up here drove down there, picked her up, brought her back, and then we had her here for about a week and a half, and then we took her back into the shelter so she could have surgery. And unfortunately, one of her legs was so badly damaged that it couldn't be saved, so they had to amputate that. So now she is a tripod, but she is currently being housed at the home of Jesse Hill, and their family is taking care of her until she can go up north to her, as they say, forever home. And forever is, of course, spelled with an F-U-R.
Of course it is.
You see. And so that was our latest foray into the area of dog fostering. And then other than that, I've got one beagle that is laying on my leg right now. His name is Booker. He's 4 years old and he is in fine form. And then the other one is laying in her bed to my right. Her name is Beasley, and she is going on 14 years old as of February of this upcoming year. So
we're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
What I wanted to ask you about was the last time that you and I talked. Last time you think we saw each other, we were telling stories about some of the things that you do to your students when they first come in for the year, and some of the ways that you try to keep them honest, keep them engaged, in the form of sort of pop culture references that you might bring up or you might use in your lectures with the class. So can you give us some, what new stuff did you kind of unfurl on them this year?
Oh boy. Well, let's see. I believe at one point during the first class period, I likened myself to Rocky Balboa in Rocky IV, climbing the top of the mountain in I believe it's not the Ukraine, but it's what's the place where the prisons are in Russia and
Siberia.
Yeah, Siberia. I believe it's in Siberia somewhere, and he climbs to the top of the mountain, and gets to the very top at sunset. And I told the students that that's often how I feel when I look out into the classroom, and I get no response whatsoever, either verbally or visually, from the students, where they're just looking like there's no other place that they would rather be other than my classroom not. and I feel like Rocky must have felt after he shouted Drago. It's very dramatic. I always think, yeah, you're on top of the mountain and the sun's going down. You're fixing to die right there unless you're really, really lucky. And that's the feeling of desperation that I get in that moment. And I'm looking out into the classroom at that point, and I'm thinking, yeah, do these people even know who Rocky Balboa is? And the answer to that is I'm getting a couple of little familiar looks here and there, but nothing great. So what I've been finding is that most of my cultural references that I bring up tend to fall on deafer and deafer ears the more semesters that I am into this whole teaching thing.
Are there any tried and true arrows in your quiver that you could pull out that never fail to connect year after year, that are sort of timeless?
Oh yeah. There's definitely a few, and you don't really even need to know the reference as your student in my class. You don't really even need to know the reference in a few of these. Like, for instance, I will talk about, and I'm going to get a little exercise physiologist on you here just for a second. So,
Jesus!
So
Can't wait.
when you have glycogen within your muscles, your glycogen needs to be broken down into glucose, and that glucose can go through the process of glycolysis. So that's 3 different G words there if you haven't been playing along. Glycogen, glucose, glycolysis, and then you can make energy out of it, right? So in order to get it into the glucose form, you have to enact this enzyme that speeds up that process, and that enzyme is called glycogen phosphorylase. But at the same time, you have to deactivate glycogen synthase, which takes glucose and chains it together with other glucoses to make glycogen. Because if you have both of them operating at the same time, it's going to kind of defeat the purpose. And my analogy is always Stephen Wright, when he says, at some point I'm going to take a humidifier and a dehumidifier and put them in the same room and turn them on and see what happens. And I always ask the students, so what would happen in that situation to the humidity in the room? And somebody will always raise their hand and say, nothing, it'll stay the same. I'm like,
right. Say, who's Stephen Wright?
Yeah, well, I mean, that also happens too. But then I'll say, so what happens to the amount of glucose you have available if phosphorylase and synthase are active at the same time? And somebody will inevitably say, well, nothing, because as soon as it's broken down, it's going to be put back together. I'm like, exactly. So there you go. So they don't even have to know who Stephen Wright is to know that if you have a humidifier and a dehumidifier operating at the same time, the humidity in the room is going to stay the same.
What? Are you alright?
Yeah, I came into kind of the middle of this because I went upstairs to go to the bathroom real quick, and I come back downstairs and Phil's giving a full-on lecture.
Yeah, but I've known Phil for 30 plus years now, and I knew what he did, but I never got to see him in action. I still haven't, but this is the closest I'm going to come to being a student in Phil Anton's
I can see why.
class.
Yes. Lucky for you, you won't have to come any closer than that, especially with a grade on the line.
Oh, thank God.
True.
Yeah.
I don't think I can cut
because
mustard.
you did go to the bathroom and come back, you are probably in the right mindset of most of the students that are in my class when I finish that analogy, and they're still like, oh, what?
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Yep. That's perfect descriptor.
But do you recall the conversation we had where I said to you, find some enterprising young man who'd like to earn a little bit of extra credit in the grade, and have him document in every lecture all of your pop culture references.
Yes, I do remember that conversation. I have not put that conversation into practice yet. Because what I need to do is do it at the start of a semester, so that they can get all of them into the canon, so to speak.
Right. I'm a firm believer in that, sir, because you're just you're gonna sort of perpetuate the notion that you're not out of touch with the students. Yeah, right. You might be nigh 50 years old, but you've got a deep well of popular references to pull from.
And here's what I really should do with that compilation is that at the final exam, I have a quiz about my pop culture references that if you were paying attention, you should be able to get, and you can't fail the quiz. You can only earn extra credit points on your exam for correct answers.
Yeah.
And so, the more you get right, the higher your exam score goes. I think that would be a fine plan, and I'll tell the students from the get-go of the semester that this is exactly what I'm doing. So you should probably, in addition to taking notes on the actual course material, you should take notes on the pop culture references that I'm making throughout the course of the class, because that will come back at some point to benefit you in the long run. I'm really liking this idea, especially for the spring term, because the spring term is it's after the holidays. And you come back, and of course, it's colder out, and there's not a whole lot of color in the world, and you come back in January, and you're kind of like, oh man, another semester starting. Because like in the fall, all the students have come back, and there's football, and there's all this stuff happening. But in January, it's a little bit more desolate. So I like this idea of doing this for the first time in January 2020.
I'm a fan. I think it's a great idea, especially if they lose nothing by not being able to come up with a single answer to your references, but they gain everything if they were paying attention and doing their homework.
Exactly. This will only be to their benefit.
Yeah, but to your point, you need to kind of start that at the term so that they know it's coming.
Oh yeah.
To make it worth their while for them to go, wait a minute, hold on, sir, what comedian are you referencing now?
Exactly, and that is what I anticipate. Is that I always tell them, the only way that I know that anything is amiss or that you're not getting something is if you raise your hand and you tell me, hey, can you give me a different example? Can you go back and talk about this again? That's the only way I know, and I can anticipate that the majority of the hand raising that I'm going to get is not going to be about the course content. It's going to be about the references that I'm making, so they can make sure that they get the details correct.
Perfect.
Yep. And therein, true education will be taking place. Because really, the exercise physiology stuff is, sure they'll end up using that, but the more important stuff is going to be the pop culture references and the useless knowledge that I'm going to be filling their brains with.
Right. So are those the kind of conversations that you and your wife sit around the dinner table talking about, or are you talking more about how long it's been since you've seen the Holy Grail?
This dinner table that you refer to, are you referring to two lazy boys in the TV area?
With a TV stand in between? Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
Because that's more the dinner table that I'm around here.
So not a lot of cooking going on in the Anton household.
Well, there is, but where it's consumed is not at a dinner table, so to speak. It's usually sitting in front of the television.
All right.
So yeah, but if that's what you're referring to, then yes, that is the majority of our conversation.
Yeah, I want a glimpse into what happens while you're consuming said food. So what are you catching up on? What do the good Mr. Dr. Phil Anton and his goodly wife, also an esteemed professor, what do they consume at night as far as the shows/movies that you subscribe to?
Oh man. All right, so lately we have been binging on Schitt's Creek,
Yes.
which is a
very, very good show.
fantastic,
Yes, it is.
fantastic show. Which we kind of put on our back burner for a while because we had a few other things that we were watching. But then we finally got into it, and oh my God, I'm really sad that it didn't enter my life at an earlier time. And then let's see what else. We've been watching. I'm trying to think of ones that are like currently out now. But we've been like kind of going back and watching a lot of stuff, which is it's called The State. Have you guys ever seen any of that?
Oh, isn't that kind of like an Upright Citizens Brigade, kind of a sketch show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Used to be on MTV, I think.
Yep. And it's got a whole raft of people that were in like all these like cohesive shows and whatnot. And it's of course kind of like Monty Python, kind of like Saturday Night Live, where some of it hits and some of it doesn't, but the majority of it is just brilliant.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then a huge amount of that cast went into a show that we've also been watching lately, which is Reno 911, which we watched a little bit about 5-6 years ago, and then we just got back into it over the course of the last year. That is excellence incarnate as well.
Phil, this just in. We are live on Podbean, and the audio is now fixed.
Oh, man. Excellent. So, I mean, could I turn it on and listen to myself?
No, I wouldn't do that right
Peterson.
now.
Okay. Will there be like that radio echo, you know, when people call into radio shows, like, turn your volume down,
Yeah,
sir.
that's exactly what's happening right now.
No,
Yeah,
good.
Corey's been, his hand has been slapped
You gotta
twice.
take your
and
phone off the table.
He's giggling and continually turning up the volume just because it's working. Stop it.
You guys gotta take your phones off the table. I don't have a choice with this one, but I'm not sure how much feedback we're getting.
None.
Well, we'll find out eventually.
It's a great name for a band.
None?
No. Giggling Cory.
He's very happy right now.
I'm certain that he is.
A look that I've only seen on Christmas morning.
But your Christmas morning was watching the look of utter exasperation that preceded that look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, so you've seen Cory's look on Christmas morning more than once?
Yeah, it's weird, Phil. Don't question it.
So sometimes we've gone out on Christmas Eve, and at 12:01 he's still there. So
Okay. Fair enough, because to my knowledge, you guys are not related, so I wouldn't think that you would be together on Christmas morning.
I've been told from his uncle cousin that it's a look of pure joy.
Okay, fair enough.
Bob normally makes me breakfast Christmas morning.
Bob
I don't even make breakfast for my own kids, much less you, Cory.
Bob changes himself and Cory into swaddling clothes.
Can you imagine that, Major?
He's been doing it for years.
Correction, sir. I'm always in swaddling clothes. Some people go commando. I go swaddling.
Are there lowing cows in this manger? That's the second Christmas reference that we've made. It's like we're sort of fast forwarding. It's probably because when I was out in the yard getting ready to mow the lawn the other night, the ice cream truck, I couldn't see it, but I knew it was on the next street over that was behind this big stand of trees, and it's playing. It caught my attention because it was playing Do Re Mi from Sound of Music, and so I get my phone out because I'm going to try to record it, and all of a sudden it shifts, and I'm thinking, what in, oh my God, it's O Come All You Faithful.
Oh no.
And I'm thinking, it's September 25th. What in God's name are you playing O Come All You Faithful for? And then they went into Rudolph and Jingle Bell right after that. I mean, maybe that spikes ice cream sales. I don't know, but it was bizarre. So that's probably why I'm in more of a Christmassy mood here.
Phil, we don't often talk about politics or religion on this show, and I feel like that sort of cuts you off at the knees, given your background in the
religious arts.
Well said, sir.
Theology.
And if I go back, if I remember back, I think the very first episode where it was just you and me, I think we had a pretty lengthy discussion on politics of the day.
Yeah, we did.
Which was, I think, after that we stopped.
Yeah, it was like,
sort of
it's
turned the
probably not
corner.
a good idea.
Right. Yeah, so...
Is that why it never really took off?
I think so.
Stop before it even started.
I maintain it was the immense distance and our inability to figure out Skype that ultimately doomed the first iteration of the Schnozzcast.
Yeah.
You guys were singing the song from 5 somewhere out there, looking up at the stars.
Yes, we were worlds away, staring up at the same solemn moon. All right, well.
So are you going somewhere with that?
No, not in particular.
You were going off the Christmas theme, like
yes.
That, we wanted to nip the religion in the bud and not get too far into the birth of the Lord and Savior,
while at the same time tying it all back to your crucial involvement in the genesis of this podcast, sir.
Genesis, nice. Genesis, whoa. You went Old Testament there.
I did.
I was hoping we were going to talk about Phil Collins tonight.
It was a violent Old Testament reference.
Do you think Krabby's going to be upset that we're talking about religion on this podcast and he's not here?
We're literally just skirting around the topic, and we're dancing around the idea of it. But that's as deep into the pool as we shall dive.
Somewhere he's twitching and reaching for a handle of Maker's Mark.
He's like, I'm calling into that podcast.
Right.
You have peace of my mind. I need to let the dog out. Because he's and that is not a metaphor, sir.
Yeah.
He's looking at the stairs. He's literally sitting there, looking at the stairs like, somebody please let me out.
We've never put a pause on the podcast so Bob could walk the dog, but
I'm just saying, fellas, take over for me.
So,
take over for me.
Oh yeah, we're working on that.
Yeah.
No, Phil, for some reason.
So while Bob is gone, I mean, what sort of? We should probably talk about Bob while he's out of prison, right?
Yes, give us some details about Bob that we might not know, Phil.
Has he ever referenced the story from Elma where we reenacted a certain scene from a certain Robin Williams / Jeff Bridges film?
No, he is definitely not.
All right, and I'm struggling to think of the name of that movie. It's he's a street person. Jeff Bridges is a DJ who's like a shock jock. And
Mrs. Doubtfire.
No, you're close, I think.
Okay.
Damn it. Dang it! What the hell's the name of that movie?
Birdcage.
No. No, that's the vulgar Coleman. Oh hell, God! I cannot think of the name of that movie. That's really disappointing. But anyway,
Patch Adams.
He's just gonna keep guessing Robin Williams movies until.
Good Will Hunting.
Toys.
Good Morning Vietnam.
We're getting there. We're going somewhere.
Yeah, I think we're getting closer to the heart of the matter. But anyway, there's a scene in that movie where he and Jeff Bridges are in the middle of Central Park, and they're laying out in the grass, and they're both completely buck naked. And yeah, this is going to take a strange turn.
Oh my goodness!
It already has.
Yeah. So we go down to the football stadium, and it's me and Bob and Sarah Groves and another gal. What's her name? I'm not going to be able to think of it. But we go down to the football stadium, and we're just hanging out, drinking and whatnot. And all of a sudden, I decide that we've just seen this movie and that we're going to reenact this scene. And so he and I both strip down buck naked. The two girls are sitting in the middle, like right at the midfield stripe, and we're running around just like they were in the movie, like jumping across them. And I don't even remember like how that whole thing ended, but at some point we ended up with our clothes back on and ended up back at our fraternity house. But he actually references The Fisher King. That's the name of the movie.
Okay.
I just thought of it because I was thinking that on our wedding video.
Yours and Bob's?
No, yes, exactly. Myself and my wife.
Oh, okay.
Attended this wedding, and he's asked by my friend Brett when he's filming sort of this random kind of candid video. He says, "What is Phil's favorite movie?" And Bob goes, "Phil's favorite movie, most certainly, is The Fisher King." And Brett goes, "Well, why is that his favorite movie?" And he goes, "Well, Fisher King inspired an act of sheer lunacy that occurred during our senior year at Alma, and only Phil would understand what that is all about." Something to that effect. And I don't think that story has ever, besides the people that were there, like reached any sort of light of day status. And so here we are on the Schnozzcast talking about this. And if Bob was in the room, he probably would have nipped this in the bud by now, I would guess.
Well, good thing he has not come back down yet.
Yeah, the funny thing is the dog very promptly came back down, and he's still missing. But luckily, you have the potential, with now being on air with the Schnozzcast, that this story will potentially reach dozens of people.
Excellent, dozens.
Oh, and just on time. I think someone's coming back downstairs.
Someone's finished letting the dog out, are we?
Oh, welcome back.
Thanks for keeping it
So
going, fellas.
Bob, I was just telling a story.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
And it has to do with a certain movie.
Yeah.
That you referenced on our wedding videotape when Brett was filming. It stars Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges.
I'm familiar with that film.
Yes, yeah. So I just told that entire tale.
Did you?
It's lurid detail, and so yeah, that's all out there now.
I didn't know that was a 5-minute story.
Yeah, it's there's actually less detail to it than I remember at the time.
To Phil's description, not much detail at all.
Sounds like
very, very, very little detail.
There was a little.
Well, understand this. I do want to sleep tonight, so there are certain details that I don't want to call too far out of my memory.
Sure.
The deep recesses, as it were.
There was a little cloud bursting that night.
Little, like a frightened turtle.
By the way,
it was a chilly October night.
It was.
In our defense,
Remember, it was cold.
it was very cold outside.
by the way, we missed you at homecoming. I ended up hanging out with.
Let's switch this story up real quick.
It's not switching it. I ended up hanging out with the lovely Sarah Groves,
Yeah.
the esteemed Rebecca Murray, and Shannon Garrett, and Lori Hickman.
Shannon Garrett, that's who it was.
We were just
Yes.
talking about Miss Groves.
It was Sarah.
See?
It was Sarah
Not a
and Shannon
change of
who were
topic.
The female that you two sexually assaulted.
Is there going to be any Me Tooing going on from this story?
The funny part is that never came up.
That's.
I don't know how you
I'm
could
sure,
bring that one out.
I'm sure that that's not something that they want necessarily out there. But now I've mentioned both Shannon and Sarah as being involved in that particular episode.
Yes, absolutely.
Typically, probably wouldn't come up with all the therapy that they probably had to go through to try and
Yeah.
repress that.
No,
Clearly.
they seemed pretty well adjusted to me. Youth and college days.
Yes. The innocence of youth, so to speak.
You did mention that you were there as well, did you not?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if the story was like, and then Bob, you're not going to believe this. Here's what he did.
He described it as Lords of Leaping.
There was a fair bit of leaping going on.
I had to bring it back
Yes.
to Christmas, so.
Yeah.
Lords are leaping, but no ladies.
No ladies. No. It was skeptical ladies sitting there in disbelief.
No,
trying to figure out the quickest way off the football field.
no geeseling.
No.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I don't remember any calling birds either.
No. All right, so I'd like to shift gears for a little bit and see if
There was 2 turtle doves, that's right.
Oh, yes. That's very, very much, very turtleish.
yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Phil, if you'd indulge us, I'd like to do a little bit with the help of Mr. Nick Bader.
Oh, Jesus.
A little What's on Bob's Shelf.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Boom, ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. What's on Bob's shelf? Yeah.